Hopefully I look okay to you. Let me see if I can turn my screen. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Well, we all by now know the results of the election. I know it didn't go the way a lot of you were. Hopefully I look good now. Correctly. Hopefully. Okay. So hopefully you guys. I'm doing this two ways. I'm doing a FaceTime and a live stream both at once. If I can see your questions or comments, throw them out. I'm going to keep it very quick, though, ladies and gentlemen. So I know a lot of you, about a third of our group, are very disappointed. Maybe a little bit less than a third are quite pleased, and another third of our group don't really care. But the election finally is over. And indeed, Donald Trump won. The Republicans won. The Republicans won the Senate. The Republicans looks like they will retain the House. So in many ways, we're back to where we were in 2016. So to those of you who are disappointed, let me say I share your disappointment. It's going to be very rough for us going forward, and I'll come back to that. To those of you who are pleased, I guess congratulations. I don't know what to say. But the truth of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, whatever your political stripes, first of all, you're very welcome on this group. We're fiercely nonpartisan. But the truth of the matter is, guys, that we were screwed whichever way this election went. Sorry about that, but it's true. In 2020, Joe Biden was promising very big things on student loans, and he barely won the election. In 2024, Kamala Harris, and this was one of the only differences between the campaigns, policy-wise, Kamala promised nothing, nada. She never even mentioned student loan debt on the campaign trail that I saw. And lo and behold, they lost the election. But guys, here's the dirty little quiet part out loud. Kamala Harris, the people who launched her career, the Swig family, they killed student loan cancellation by executive order. It was our group who started that whole thing back in 2020. And Mary and Stephen Swig whispered in Nancy Pelosi's ear. Nancy Pelosi then quickly turned around and repeated what they said, which is that the president can't cancel student loans by executive order. You got to do it through Congress. And lo and behold, when the Supreme Court killed that whole thing, they quoted Nancy Pelosi in their ruling. So, and then again, Kamala Harris neither mentioned cancellation nor did she mention bankruptcy. Biden mentioned both of those things, promised both of those things. Kamala promised neither of those things. And lo and behold, apparently the 40 million distressed student loan borrowers in the country noticed. And I think that's as far as you need to look to explain what went wrong for the Democrats last night. I couldn't be angrier at the Democrats in many ways, but I'm going to save my breath because the reality is the past is the past, and looking forward is what we have to look forward to. So if you're mad or you're sad, just get over it. That does nothing good for you. Don't stew in your own juices and use this election as an excuse to not fight or an excuse to be just bitter and resentful and do nothing. Because, guys, it is going to get very ugly for us going forward. It was always going to get ugly for us going forward, regardless of who won this election. Now, the difference is it's going to get very brutal and ugly for us quicker than it did under if Kamala Harris had won the election. It was always going to happen. This Donald Trump is kind of like ripping the Band-Aid off quick instead of slow. We were pretty much screwed anyhow. So just, that is what it is. And the reality is we have Trump for 4 years. That's just the reality. And the Republicans. So there's two things. There's three things. The first thing that's more important than anything is we need you to fight. We are screwed, guys. We are screwed. We were screwed before the election. Now we're really screwed. And that's going to happen quicker than later, more sooner than later. It's happening right now. The student debt collection industry is going to sink their teeth into us. We have to fight. You have to fight. Whether you don't, if you don't fight, you will get eaten. That's the way that's going to go. That's just a fact, and I'm very sorry to have to report that fact. I truly wish we had fought harder 2 years ago when we had a great bipartisan bill that would have passed with flying colors. We came very close. And with, frankly, only a couple hundred people on this group fighting, we damn near got that thing passed. But we didn't fight hard enough, and here we are. So that's in the past. Here's what's in the future, guys. Well, number one, in the immediate future, Joe Biden has his legacy to worry about. He made big promises on student loans. He, among all living, serving politicians, deserves the most credit for the student loan scam in the first place. That's true. He was a key guy in getting bankruptcy gone from student loans. He's got his legacy to worry about. He still holds all the authority needed to broadly, widely cancel student loans by executive order. And he can do it in a smart way that precludes lawsuits and injunctions. He knows how to do that. His people know how to do that. And by the way, I have sent messages to some very, very key people within the Biden administration, urging them to do that. I have also urged those very same, very key people to return bankruptcy to student loans before they leave. They can scrap that bogus new bankruptcy process, which gives undue hardship determination to bureaucrats, takes it out of the hands of the judges. They can scrap that whole thing, go back to the old way of doing things, and simply stop opposing student loan borrowers in bankruptcy court. They can do that today, and they should before the end of the year. But I think cancellation is the thing that we really need Joe Biden to do before he leaves, because that's a bell that can't really be unrung, but you can undo his executive order for continuing bankruptcy cases. So anyways, Joe Biden can do stuff, guys, while he's president right now still. And we are going to be pushing him very hard to do that. But when I say we, I mean me and you. The thing that really fucked us, pardon my French, was the fact that such a small percentage of the people on this group actually helped us fight over the past year, 2 years, 3 years. You can't sit and wait and watch and worry and expect that anybody's going to fight this battle for you. It never happens, never will happen, but it's the only thing that will ever solve this problem for us. You fighting. You're not better than us. And I truly hope and pray that you will turn over a new leaf going forward. Because, like I said, guys, it's going to get very bitter, very vicious, very brutal. I would tell everybody, there's no great advice anybody can give you for your own student loans. What I can tell you is that you should get ready to fight with us, and you should bulletproof yourself, whatever that means in your own personal financial situation. Anybody else trying to give you advice is full of shit. They don't know what they're talking about. And hopefully you're beginning to notice that all the advice that sounded good 6 months ago, not so good, was it? Maybe you signed up for the SAVE plan. No, that's not going to happen. Maybe you signed up for the Fresh Start plan. Oh, your credit score tanked. And now you're dealing with much, much larger loans than before you defaulted. And those are probably going to default again. There's no good advice, guys. Quit listening to the fucking AstroTurf. Pardon my French. You know, the Debt Collective, one example, one glaring example of the AstroTurf out there. They are business partners with the student debt collection industry. They are business partners with the debt collection industry. All the debt collection industry has wanted for the past 10, 20 years was to see a mass default on student loans with bankruptcy rights remaining gone. That's what they've wanted. And lo and behold, here comes Debt Collective, their business partner, claiming to be fighting for borrowers, but what they were really trying to do was foment a mass payment strike, aka a mass default. And did they ever fight for bankruptcy over the past 13 years? No, they didn't. They're fake. They're a fucking danger to us, to you, to your livelihood. Student debt crisis? They're also completely corrupted. Corrupted. They use their group as hunting grounds to sell their own members out to the student loan industry through loan rehabilitation, which is a terrible, terrible thing for anyone to do. Those rehabilitated loans default 80% of the time. Debt crisis knows that. They don't care. AstroTurf is real, guys. It's real. Turn away from it. Don't be distracted by it. As I said, I truly hope and pray that you will resolve to fight with us. Actually fight. And that is how this problem gets solved. There are no easy ways out. Those fake AstroTurf groups will blow smoke up your ass forever to keep you on your ass, keep you waiting, watching, hanging on their every word, worrying, wringing your hands, wondering what they're going to do with student loans. What are they going to do with student loans? Well, we know the answer to that. As long as you're not doing anything, as long as you're expecting somebody else to fight this battle for you, it's not good. We on this group right here are not corrupted, and we will never be corrupted as long as I'm here. And that should resonate with you. This is going to get very difficult going forward, guys. And we are the only group of significant size that's uncorrupted, that's actually fighting this battle. So you better stick with us. And quite frankly, everybody with student loans needs to know about this group, and they will never know unless you tell them. So this is it, guys. We're not only the tip of the spear. We have been for years, forever. We're the first student loan advocacy group in existence, by the way, going back 20 years now. I am actually the first student loan activist in our nation's history, for what that's worth. But just don't be distracted, ladies and gentlemen. I can't promise you sunshine and sunflowers going forward. It's going to be kind of rough, but not that rough. All we do on this group is tell the truth. That's very easy to do once you know it. I would urge everyone out there to go to studentloanjustice.medium.com, read our past 20 articles or so, and you can see the truth, the actual truth, not spin, but facts, stuff gathered only usually from Department of Education data. This is the truth, and the media is not reporting this truth. We cannot count on the media, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot. We might get lucky from time to time, but we cannot count on those people. They are almost completely corrupted. Like Forbes, for example. They're just disgusting, and I'm not going to go on. But we have a tough road to hoe going forward, guys. If you have student loans, you should be very concerned. Now, the other thing in our future, I think loan cancellation is going to be out, at least for the first part of Trump's term. That's by executive order, pretty much not going to happen. What has to happen first is bankruptcy rights have got to be returned to the loans. Now, there is some hope there. I can point you to articles from the National Review, from George Mason University, people from the Cato Institute, even Tucker Carlson and Donald Trump's bankruptcy chief from his first term. All of them calling for the return of bankruptcy protections to student loans. I can point you to legislators like Josh Hawley in the Senate in Missouri. Missouri is a terrible state. Josh Hawley actually is a bright spot. He co-sponsored very good legislation, bankruptcy legislation that we had in the Senate 2 years ago. Matt Gaetz, love him or hate him, also supported the return and supports the return of bankruptcy rights to student loans. Tucker Carlson, I think I said, many other conservatives. Everybody knows, and the Republicans are willing to publicly acknowledge that bankruptcy rights have got to be returned to these loans. That is where it starts, ladies and gentlemen. It's always where it started, by the way. You ever notice how those AstroTurf groups never, ever fought for bankruptcy? It's because they know it's the linchpin of the entire student loan scam. When we get the right of bankruptcy returned, everything changes. Sweeping changes, broad cancellation, preemptive cancellation will have to happen. And that's a longer story that I'll get into at a later date. But for now, I'm just going to keep it short. And let me just say, don't lose heart, guys. This battle is going to get ugly, but forewarned is forearmed. And we need you in this battle. We need you. Nobody but you is going to solve this problem. This is your problem. And it's going to get very real. So I would only say to all the battle scarred, hardened student loan justice warriors out there, I salute you. I salute you all. So I think there is some hope. Donald Trump himself filed for bankruptcy multiple times. He knows the value of it. Hopefully he's read the Constitution and understands. I think there's a viable middle ground there. So whatever your political stripes, just forget about all that for now. Whether you love or hate Republicans, whether you love or hate Democrats, we've got to push all of them, particularly the Republicans, going forward. That's just a fact. And that's the way this battle is going to be won. And I think all the battle-hardened veterans out there would tell you it's fun to fight this battle. All we do is tell the truth. We never lose any of our arguments because all we do is tell the truth. We cut through all the lies, all the spin, all the misinformation. As I said, just go to our Medium channel and read those articles, and you can answer all the tough questions that the haters and the fakes and the operatives throw against us. It's a very easy battle to win, guys. I can do it in my sleep. I can shut people down without I'm basically on autopilot. It's not hard at all, with nothing more than provable facts. So yeah, whatever you feel about this election, if you're depressed, buck up. If you're glad, well, put that into this fight, and let's get to work, because we're the only guys who are going to solve this. We're not only the tip of the spear, we are the freaking spear, guys, believe it or not. This group, I know it doesn't seem like it, but it is. So remember that. Take heart, buck up. We've got a lot of work to do. Roll up your sleeves. Get ready to get your hands a little muddy, a little bloody. And remember, there are 40 million people right now losing sleep over their student loans. They should be on our side, and they will be when you tell them to come here and help us. At least many of them will be. We should be reaching a critical mass anytime now, guys. With all the pain that's going to be visited on us in the coming weeks, months, and year, hopefully we can get this solved before a year. If even 50,000 people a day were actually doing our daily actions, we'd have this problem solved in a matter of months, I suspect. So it's not hard to win this battle, but you got to fight. And as I said, it's fun to fight this battle. So get your hands a little dirty, and you'll find out for yourself. It's not hard, and it feels good to fight, in my humble opinion. So buck up, strap it on, embrace the suck, get ready for the next few months, and let's have fun with this, because when you win, it's fun, and we do nothing but win in this fight. So don't forget that. We got this. Spread the word, and I'll have more to say soon. Good luck. God bless, and Godspeed, everyone.